I know I said alphabetical order, but this is the first skip frame. We're not going to talk about Jade because there's really no, or not Jade, Ivara. Ivara, like Kome, is just really not my bag. There is a lot of people that have very interesting Ivara builds out there. I've looked at them and I just still look at them like, it's just not my playstyle. I have one build for Ivara, and it was prior to the Archon modifier attenuation changes, so it doesn't even work as good as it used to, but it still works fine. But there's some really, really good builds out for Ivara. I would just recommend searching YouTube for those because I'm just not an Ivara guy. But we are going to go into the next one in the alphabet, which is Jade. And Jade is one interesting fucking Warframe. Jade is very good, and Jade has one very unique build trait in her own build, aside from the fact that she's the only pregnant Warframe. Shield capacity, ability duration, ability strength, and casting speed. And the casting speed isn't even that necessary, but it's a little helpful. You put on here whatever the hell you want to, okay? So what makes Jade interesting is the fact that she has dual auras. Okay, so that means you can do some pretty interesting shit with this. This particular build just solely functions around Steel Path survival, plus functioning with the glory, using glory as fast as possible and applying a nice solid amount of ability strength into what you're doing to make everything work just fine and dandy. So basically, healing zone, hot zone, depending on if you're a bad guy or a good guy. Symphony of Mercy is giving yourself ability strength, which is okay. Giving yourself a damage increase to your weapons, which is really good. Or giving yourself shields per second with a reduced recharge delay, which is also a good survivability function. On top of having aerodynamic and aviator, it's actually a pretty damn good time. Ophenomize is just basically, here, I gaze at you, you're going to get little, it's like basically somebody putting matches underneath their feet and just pissing people off, and then eventually it just rips their fucking armor off, also slows them down. And in the case of something like you're helping a newer Steel Path player try to jump through the Steel Path, you can just float above them and stare at them and revive them. Or if you're doing something in EDA or ETA, also a good functional thing to be able to revive people without getting your own ass shot off doing it. So pretty functional. And then the fourth ability is Glory. I mean, like, as you see, this is all the stats just do what they do. The Glory has its own build. Now, Multi-Augmented, very helpful. Arcane Velocity, also very fucking helpful. If you don't like Multi-Augmented and you don't feel that it's necessary for casual play, just throw Arcane Energize on here. You'll be fine. The only thing, and I will put this out there right now, the only thing that I do not like about Jade is that Jade has a up-down level mechanic like Hildren rather than a flying mechanic. So a directional flying mechanic like Titania. I wish her flying mechanic actually worked like Titania instead of just up-down level, you know, so like crouch and jump buttons to make you go up and down. Because if you could fly around like Titania, you wouldn't necessarily get yourself stuck on door frames and shit like that as much. Glory is this. It's secondary innervate, it is fire rate, it's heat viral, obviously focusing into the heat. Because it's such low status, Innervate does a funny-ass thing with Glory's alt-fire, and it actually triggers off of Glory's alt-fire. So it can get really funny using this shit. And speaking of that, let's just go show it, right? Let's just get some goodies. So, okay. There we go. It wouldn't let me cycle, sorry. Here, let's do this again. Oh shit, are we just gonna have more sim bugs? Is that what this is gonna be? I'm 2 nights removed from the last shoot, okay? Cool, man. I guess that just doesn't work. That's fun. Guess we're just gonna deal with the shields that we've got. So marked enemies get all fucked up. So as you just saw, and see, this is the stupid thing, like, I don't know, the shield should be going into over shield, okay? They are just sticking at shields. Okay, I cast it again. It just goes here. I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. But basically, what Jade does is gives, you know, ability strength, or, I'm sorry, weapon strength to glory, secondary innervate, anything that is marked. When you hit the alt fire of glory, albeit it is kind of an energy hungry use, with secondary innervate, it just nukes any non-overguarded enemy very quickly. So it makes Jade very, very good, especially when functioning in a squad. So that's just my take on Jade. It works really fucking good. And again, if you find, here's what I'll say. If you find that you're having energy problems, just swap out Molt Augmented for Arcane Energize if you have it. Believe me, it will make a world of difference. I mean, if not, instead of running something like Taxon, like, you know, to help with shields, run Death Cube with Energy Generator. That will help as well. So you do you with that one. It's up to you. So folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, catch you in the next one, all right?